New kit alert, introducing leather daisies and leafy foliage. So come along and let's start building. Both of these kits include the leather and wire stems. You will also need adhesive, floral tape, and needle nose pliers. Start by stamping or tooling any designs and textures as you'd like. These can be consistent or varied, it really just depends on your preference. Handy tip, for a neat effect, try using different size cedars in the daisy center to create a textured appearance. The next step, though optional, is recommended, so grab your tools. Featured here is the Craft Tool cordless all-in-one airbrush system, an incredibly handy, cost-effective, and beginner-friendly step into the world of airbrushing. So grab your favorite dyes and paints and let's get started. Ideally, you want to apply several thin coats of color, so be patient and let each coat dry in between applications. This airbrush also allows for flawless ombre and gradient effects, so grab one and start testing on your own. The first required step will be to trim the floral wire. This is a super forgiving project that allows some wiggle room, thankfully. So trim the foliage wire into 14 to 15 pieces of 2 to 3 inch sections. Next, you will feed the wire through the centers of the leaves, punched with a hole punch or an awl, and using an adhesive of choice, fold the leaf around the stem. You will be repeating the step for all 15 leaves. You can use a short stem for your 15th leaf, or you can opt to feed it through the long stem that you will be attaching all of these to. Either path will work. With your needle nose pliers, gently bend the end of the floral wire opposite the leaf. You don't need a huge bend here, and you will adjust them later in the project. Returning to the daisies, we're going to install the stems. Taking your needle nose pliers, bend the tip of the wire until it forms something of a knot. Once you get that knot in place, feed the petals through the stem so they lock in place at the top. Feed 2 layers of the petals on each one. So your kit comes with 12 total to make 6 daisies. Once you get those on, use your pliers to bend back that knot and lock the entire flower in place. It can take a little bit of finagling, so take your time. Optionally, take some water and from the back of the flower, give it a little bit of extra form and fold all of those petals so they're facing upward with a little bit of a curve. Take your adhesive and adding it to the back of the flower center and onto the petals themselves, go ahead and adhere your center. You can use a U-gouge to make a little bit of a divot in the back of the center so you don't have a bulge. Up to you. Next, we'll wrap the wire in floral tape to keep the flowers from sliding back down. Floral tape is not super sticky, so it can be a little bit of a challenge to get it started, but once you get it going, just wrap it around the stem all the way down to the base. Repeat for all of the stems. Attaching the floral wire for the foliage is a little bit more involved. Whether you attached your 15th leaf to the top or to a second wire, go ahead and wrap that one at the top facing upward. Then, using the floral wire, continue to add each of the leaves on individually, staggered and facing away and toward each other in different areas. You'll be able to bend these a little bit once they're fully installed, but continue all the way down. Once you've got them all attached, your foliage is ready to go. You can bend the wires slightly to give it a more textured appearance, and then add those in with your daisies. And there you have it. Pair those with our sunflower pattern, and our roses to make a bouquet that is entirely unique to you. Check these out on our website or take a class in one of our local stores. And as always, happy crafting!